In Revelation chapter 11, we come to the two witnesses. It says, "And I will grant my authority to my two witnesses, and they will prophesy. These are the two olive trees and the two lampstands that stand before the Lord of the earth." This is a clear reference to Zechariah chapter 4, verse 3. Starting back in verse 1, "And the angel who talked with me came again and woke me, like a man who is awakened out of his sleep. And he said to me, 'What do you see?' I said, 'I see, and behold, a lampstand, all of gold, with a bowl on the top of it, and 7 lamps, with 7 lips on each of the lamps that are on top of it. And these are 2 olive trees beside it, one on the right of the bowl, and the other on its left.' And I said to the angel who talked with me, 'What are these, my Lord?' Then the angel answered me and said to me, 'Do you not know what these are?' I said, 'No, my Lord.' Then he said to me, 'This is the word of the Lord to Zerubbabel, not by might, nor by power, but by my Spirit, says the Lord of hosts. Who are you, O great mountain? Before Zerubbabel you shall become a plain, and he shall bring it forward, the top stone amid shouts of grace, grace to it.'" So when we come to the subject of the two witnesses in Revelation, clearly we see the parallels going back to Zechariah 4, to the building of the temple, being brought forth with grace, grace to it, with shouts of that. But the identity and the role of these two witnesses is often debated. In my understanding of what this is, in Revelations, or in Zechariah 4 here, we see that the 2 olives are providing oil to the lampstand. They are providing a continual flow of oil flowing to it to keep it lit. God is saying that the temple will be built not by human effort, but by the power of the Spirit. These 2 witnesses then are seen the second time here in Revelation. But if you'll notice down below here, you'll see that this is the end of these 2 witnesses. What appears to be going on here then is that the 2 witnesses were 2 prophetic offices established for the building up and preservation of the temple. We say that because it is the prophetic flow, the prophetic utterances through the power of the Spirit that is giving the power to both build and maintain the temple. Zerubbabel is told that the temple will be built, but not by human strength. It will be by the Spirit. Continuing then on all the way to the present day, these 2 witnesses are still evident when the temple is here. Their destruction corresponds then to the destruction of the temple. The prophetic offices filled by different people throughout history. You can see Daniel, the book of Daniel, for examples of this, where the king of the north and the king of the south is filled by different people through history, but it's still the same king and the same seat of authority. These seats of authority, these 2 witnesses, because by the mouth of 1 or 2 or more witnesses, let everything be established. God placed 2 witnesses in the earth. Redundancy is a good thing. So you see that their continuing ministry through history is what preserves the temple. It is built and maintained by the power of these 2 prophetic offices filled by different people throughout history. These 2 olive trees and the 2 lampstands that stand before the earth. And if anyone would harm them, fire pours from their mouth and consumes their foes. If anyone would harm them, this is how he is doomed to be killed. Now you have to notice the language here. When we're dealing with the book of Revelation here, it's not saying that, it doesn't say in English that people will try to harm them. It's saying if anyone would try to harm them. It says they have the power to shut the sky. It doesn't say that they shut the sky, that no rain may fall. They have the power to turn the waters, turn them into blood, and to strike the earth with every kind of plague. It doesn't ever say that they actually do these things. Why is that? Because this is the continuing role of this prophetic office that they have been placed in the earth to fulfill. This is how in Zechariah 4 the temple was secured. Because if anyone would speak against them, this is how they would be killed in Revelation chapter 11. It's simply describing the office. It's not necessarily describing these two, the last two individuals who are actually killed by this, while they could do this, and they probably do this in a measure. This is the power and the authority of their station that they are able to carry out from the time of Zechariah to the time of the book of Revelation, when it is time for them to be taken out of the way and destroyed.